This next segment is going to hit different, especially for you listeners who are mamas, aunties, or nurturing spirits in general. Let's dive into segment 2, how motherhood tests and sharpens your resilience. Let's talk motherhood, y'all. Motherhood will humble you, heal you, test you, and transform you. Sometimes all before breakfast, before you get up in the morning and say, "Thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning." Before I became a mom, I thought resilience was just about surviving hard times. But having kids, Lord have mercy, it teaches you that resilience is really about becoming soft enough to love, even when you're exhausted, even when you're heartbroken, or even when you're on the edge of your last nerve. How can I forget the nights when I had to wake up every 2 hours for each baby to make sure they had some milk, okay? Now, the first baby was hard because I made a decision to attempt to breastfeed because I really felt that, due to all the good things that doctors and nurses and even other moms that were used to breastfeeding was saying how beneficial it was. And I was like, okay, this is my first baby, I'm going to try. Whoop. Child, please. After baby boy came into the world, that breastfeeding experience did not go as planned. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother episode. But anyways, there were times I wanted to hide under the covers and disappear because I felt like I wasn't my best self. You know what I'm saying? I was going through a lot as a new mom, and it was all things and lessons that God would have us learn. That's all I can really say on that. But I had to show up for my babies on days when I didn't even know how to show up for myself. But I remember boys be laughing at the goofiest things. My daughter, she's like the little diva of the group and the boss lady of the group. Just hearing their voices, even with the little nerves they do get under, it warms my spirit. It calls my name, and it helps me to remember my purpose here. One of my purposes here, because I'm pretty sure there's other things that God had me assigned to do. I just haven't pinpointed that out yet, but I recognize in that moment, in every moment when I have with them, I'm not living for me anymore. Motherhood doesn't just test your strength, it stretches it. It grows you up. It teaches you to pour from an empty cup, and then it helps you to find a way to refill it, to be able to use your tests and trials and tribulations as a testimony to share with other moms. Women in general, for those who think about becoming moms, being a mom teaches you to forgive yourself over and over and over again for not being perfect, which, my God, for entertainment purposes, I am a Virgo, okay? And from what I read about Virgos, we are perfectionists at hand. And oh my goodness, when I tell you the truth of the matter of that statement, because in everything I do, in every assignment that I'm placed in, I strive to be and do better. I strive to be perfect. Not necessarily perfect, like, I have to do it this way or do it that way. But in essence, yes. Because my thing is, I want people to be happy and pleased with what I do. Some people like praise. I just happen to be one of them. Sometimes the most resilient thing that you can do as a mama is just keep going. And that's all that I do each and every day. And more importantly, give yourself permission to breathe, to rest. Or if you feel the need to cry in the shower, do that so that you can come back and be ready to love again, because that's what it's all about. I did not know how strong I actually was until I became a mom. And every day, my kids teach me a new definition of resilience. One of hugs, one of tantrums and bad attitudes every now and again. One of bedtime prayers and video game challenges. The most important thing of all is the priceless moments that presents itself one season at a time. Resilience doesn't always look like big wins or pretty pictures. Sometimes it looks like moving forward with shaky legs and a tired soul, while other times it's just simply choosing you over and over and over again, like an energized bunny. I pray something I said today wrapped itself around your spirit and love in a way that reminds you that you are not alone in this bounce back of life, okay? This is EGB, and this was episode 2, The Beauty in the Bounce Back. And honey, the bounce back is always bouncing. See you next time, and until then, be real, be gentle with yourself, and remember, even the strongest flowers bend before they bloom.